Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Vancouver Rain Draft to Glory franchise mode here in MLB The Show 23. So in last episode, we had the ALDS versus the Toronto Blue Jays in a Canadian showdown, and we managed to beat them in a pretty easy fashion in 4 games. So I think they were much easier for us than Minnesota was for some reason. But we managed to beat them and knock out that second seed, and now we're going to be taking on the White Sox in the ALCS. Winner of the series will face either Colorado or Arizona in the World Series. But it was a pretty interesting round for us against Toronto. So you can see the first game we won 5-1 convincingly. Then we lost 3-5. But then the last 2 games we managed to win by only 1 run. So it was a pretty close series, even though we technically won 3-1. I would still say we had an easier time with them than we did with Minnesota, but it was pretty even for the most part. But now we have a 7-game series with the White Sox that we start off on the road. And the White Sox are going to be probably our toughest task yet, because they did finish above us in the regular season. If we go to standings here, you can see we were 93 and 69. And if you go over to the White Sox, they were 98 and 64. They also won 6 games in a row going into the playoffs. So they were on a bit of a hot streak. They are the first best contact team, the 4th best power, the 8th best pitching team, 4th in defense, and 18th in speed. So pretty much we are better than them in terms of pitching by only 1. We're way worse defensively, but we do have way more speed than they do. So I hope that our speed could play a factor into getting us to the next round. We are also pretty much up there with them in terms of contact hitting, but they are the best contact team in the league and hitting team in the league. So I really hope that we could beat them, but at the same time, I think it's going to be a really tall order for this young, unexperienced Vancouver Rain team, but you never know. Let me show you guys their lineup just in case you forgot, and then I will get into a few comments, and then we'll get into this round because it's going to probably be a long episode again, depending on how far we get into the series if we go to a Game 7 or whatnot. But you can see this is their rotation, or not batting rotation. Well, I guess batting rotation technically, but pitching rotation is different, obviously. You can see they got Brito, they got Tremar Johnson, Rafael Devers is still there, but he is obviously dropping off because he's 36 now. They have Evan Carter, Montgomery, Lawler, Park. All these guys have pretty good contact hitting, I think. Yeah, most of these guys have 60 plus in the contact hitting categories, so against right-handers, so that's going to be really tough. And then obviously they have some good players on the bench too in terms of contact hitting, so I could definitely see why they are a good team in terms of that. Who is their best power hitter out of curiosity that we got to watch out for? Rafael Devers still, okay. Yeah, his power versus righties is a 97, which is insane. They also got Carter, who's got some power to his game. Montgomery's got some. Lawler's got a little bit. But those are the 4 guys, I guess, that we got to watch out for power-wise, is Lawler, Montgomery, Carter, and Devers. And then their pitching rotation is also really solid, too. As you can see, led by Napoleon Conrad. They have 3 of their 4 pitchers as left-handers, so that's a very interesting thing to note because we've mostly only played against right-handed pitchers, and in our rotation ourselves, we only have 1 left-handed pitcher. So I hope that we could do good against left-handed pitchers more consistently, but it's going to be tough for us because they only have the 2 right-handers. And then in terms of their relievers, I think they're all right-handers. So these left-handers, though, are going to be probably pretty tough, though. Because like Conrad, Gore hasn't been as good. Conrad's been pretty solid. And then I think, yeah, the other guys haven't really gotten in yet. So going to be interesting to see what happens with that. But anyways, before we get into this ALCS, I do have a couple comments to go over. So the first one is from my buddy Kevin, who says, "Let's go Vancouver Rain." I'm kind of surprised that he was actually happy for us because he's a Toronto Blue Jays fan, but obviously in game it makes a bit of a difference. And then our next comment is from Michael Dost, who says, 3 of the 4 teams left are from wildcard. As Cubs fan, hope you crush the White Sox. Looking at batting averages, not a big deal too, as the sample size is small. And he says Dennis Lake stays as closer too. So Dennis Lake was absolutely terrible in like 1 game because he blew the game. But obviously I will probably turn to him again as a closer at some point. I was using guys like Robert and Guzman to kind of close out games a little bit too, because I know those guys can close out games as well because they are technically closers. So we'll probably go back to the Lake because obviously he's the best overall out of the bunch. But if we absolutely need to and Lake is not doing as good as a closer. Ken Roberts right there, Guzman's right there as well. And he was saying that 3 of the 4 teams left are wildcard teams, which is true. But the thing is, I was looking at the 2 teams that are available still in the NL, and Arizona is an absolutely stacked team that was in a wildcard spot. So they knocked out San Diego in the wildcard game, and if you remember, San Diego I think has won a couple of World Series in this series. So Arizona I think is going to be the team that wins the World Series this year. That's just my random guess, but they are a very stacked team based on their roster. Colorado, on the other hand, not as good, so I think Arizona is definitely going to the World Series, and obviously I'm not too sure on Vancouver and the White Sox. And then the last comment is from Nick, who says, "Big W, good shit." And yeah, that was a fun series against Toronto. Obviously, it's always fun to play against another Canadian team. And yeah, hopefully this ALCS is something similar for us. We obviously will be going to Garth Howe for game number 1 because he should be fully energized by now. But since this is a best of 7 series, we need to win 4 games instead of 3 games. So it is only going to get a little bit tougher for us. But hopefully we can take 1 or 2 games on the road because we do get 3 straight home games, which is very interesting. And those could be the deciding games in the series. So let's get into game number 1, because obviously this episode, like I said, will probably be a pretty long episode depending on how long we get or how far we get into the series. Like if we go to a game 7, game 6 is going to take quite a while. Like this episode could be over an hour long, so grab a popcorn, grab a snack, whatever, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. See if we can get ourselves to the World Series. I really hope we can. It'd be really awesome to do that, but obviously we don't really have a lot of experience in the playoffs, so who knows. The White Sox, I don't really know how far they've gotten in the last few years in this series. I probably should have taken a look at that, but I didn't. So we start off on the road, Garth Howe up against Napoleon Conrad, and yep, this is going to be our batting order. I think we have it adjusted anyways, so we'll just leave it like that for now, and let's advance. And Bill O'Donnell will be the first man to be at bat. Let's get through this a little bit quick if we can, just because we know it's going to be a long, long series potentially. Bill swings, he grounds out. Ozzy swings, he flies out. And Ollie Gelman flies out. So there's a 1-2-3 inning for the White Sox. And now Garth Howe gets his first taste of ALCS action up against Luis Brito. Brito swings, he strikes out. Termarr Johnson swings, he flies out. And Devers swings, he strikes out. So another 1-2-3 inning. So getting through the first inning pretty quickly. Next up is George Pinheiro. He swings. He solo home runs to start the ALCS. What a hit. Okay. Was not expecting that. After a 1-2-3 inning for us and for them. Was not expecting a solo home run to start off the next inning, but here we are. So George Pinheiro gives us the early lead. 6-0 up the bat. He swings, he grounds out. Pip swings, he strikes out. And Schneider swings, he strikes out. So after they give up the home run, they shut down the rest of the inning. Evan Carter up the bat for the White Sox. He singles. Don't like that. Montgomery swings, he strikes out. Lawler swings, Carter stole base. Okay. We got to watch out for him. Even though his stealing's not that high, his speed is. Lawler swings, he strikes out. David Park swings, he pops up, and we are out of that inning with only 1 hit allowed, which is good. Trevino swings, he flies out. Steiner swings, he singles. Okay, Steiner, I know you are fast, so let's try and get you to steal second. And he does manage to steal. Nice, that's good. We only have 1 out and a guy on second. Bill O'Donnell swings, he grounds out. That's not great. Ozzy swings, he strikes out. Chase DeLauder up now. He walks. Benny Montgomery, fielder's choice. Brito walks as well, so we've issued a couple walks this inning, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. Termarr Johnson, strikeout. And Devers, oh no, this is kind of scary because he's that great power hitter, obviously. A pitch and a fielder's choice, and we get out of that inning only giving up no hits, giving up a couple walks. So Ollie Gelman swings, strikeout. Pinheiro swings, he singles. Pinheiro's having a good game. He's having a good game. He has a home run and a single here. Can he steal second? Probably, but I don't want to take that risk yet. 6-0 swings, he singles as well. We got 2 guys on base with only 1 out. Jeff Pipp in a good spot. He could potentially bring in a run, or he could advance the guy over to third, and bases could be loaded potentially here. Come on, Pipp. Let's see what Jeff has in store. And he strikes out, of course. Steve Schneider, he's been hitting some home runs, or he has hit one home run in this playoff run so far. Does he have a big one in him here? He does not. Okay, so we have more hits than him so far, but we have been stranding base runners, and we're only up by 1, so we got to keep on the gas. Evan Carter singles, not great. Colson Montgomery flies out. Lawler flies out, and Park lines out. Okay, so far I'm liking the game from Howe. He's playing much better than he did in the wildcard game against the wildcard series against the Twins. Trevino up the bat now against Conrad. Flies out. Steiner, who has been 1 for 1 so far, so he's been solid. Let's see what he could do. He flies out. We need at top of the order to start hitting a little bit more like O'Donnell, Cardenas, and Gelman. O'Donnell swings, he strikes out, and we're headed into the bottom of the 5th, still up by 1. DeLauder grounds out. Montgomery flies out. Brito strikeout. Let's go. How? Let's go, Garth. I don't really know what to say for him, but let's go. So far, Garth has been dealing, but Conrad's still keeping his team in the game as well. It's been a very low-scoring game. Ozzy up the bat. Grounds out. Ollie walks. Okay, Ollie. We're going to get you to steal second because you got a lot of speed. Ollie steals second. George Pinero, who's been really good so far, 2 for 2. Can he bring in Ollie? Yes, he can. Let's go, Pinero. He's having a fantastic game here. 3 for 3. He brings in another run, and we're all up by 2. Let's go. Let's go. Sixto up the bat. He strikes out. Pip swings, and he strikes out. But we're up 2-0 now, so we're adding a little bit more insurance, but it's still a very close game. Johnson up the bat. Grounds out. Devers flies out, and Evan Carter strikes out. Really liking the performance from Garth right now. Schneider up the bat. He swings. They make a pitching change, so they do change over to a reliever in Dylan Cease. Come on, Schneider. I think he's a right-hander, right? Because everybody in their bullpen was right-handers. So Steve Schneider swings. He flies out. Trevino swings. He pops up. And Gary Steiner, who's 1 for 2. Doubles. Okay, Gary. I see you. Can Bill bring him in with 2 outs? He issues a walk. Okay, we got 2 guys on base with the 2 outs. That's not too bad. For Ozzy Cardenas, can Ozzy bring in another run? He gets a walk as well. We have bases loaded with 2 outs for Ollie Gelman. Can Ollie bring in a couple runs to blow open this game a little bit more? Ollie swings, and he drives in 1 run, and we still have bases loaded. Let's go. 3-0 game. George Pinero, who's been fantastic tonight. He's got a home run already. He's 3 for 3. Does he have a 4th hit in him to bring in more runs? Yes, he does, and it's 4-0, and we still have bases loaded. Let's go. We're taking advantage of their relievers quite a bit here. Or their 1 reliever so far. Sixto now in a big spot. He has not been great in this game, but he does obviously have that power game from the regular season. Can he hit a grand slam or something like that? Sixto swings. He forces a pitching change, so they already changed their relievers. So Cease, not a good game for him. Chavez is in now. And let's see what Sixto can do here in this big spot. He strikes out. Damn, that sucks. We'll keep Garth Howe in for 1 more inning at least. He's been fantastic so far, I think. I would like him to go all the 9 innings if possible, but I think his energy is going to be too low by then. Come on, Garth. Fly out. Nice. Lawler grounds out, and Park flies out. Maybe not. Maybe we'll have Garth go all 9 innings. He will be really low on energy probably by then, though, so hopefully he's ready to go for a potential Game 4. Because I don't know if I want to go to the bottom of the order or not in terms of our not relievers, in terms of our rotation. Jeff Pipp strikes out. Schneider pops up. Trevino pops up. And we're headed into the bottom of the 8th, and Garth Howe will still be pitching because he's been elite in this game. DeLauder flies out. Montgomery strikes out. And Brito strikes out. I might honestly try Garth for the 9th inning as well because he's been just dealing in this game. Gary Steiner up to bat. He's 2 for 3. He doubles again. Let's go. Gary and Pinero have been both really good, like Steiner and Pinero. I'm glad I locked those 2 guys up when I did. Both of them are having a really good game here. Gary does have good fast speed. I don't think he should steal 3rd, though. Bill O'Donnell swings. He grounds out. Damn. Ozzy Cardenas swings. He flies out. And Ollie Gelman with 2 outs grounds out. Garth Howe looking for the complete game shutout and only giving up 2 hits. Termarr Johnson strikes out. Devers walks. Okay, that's only a walk. Evan Carter flies out. We're down to the last out of the game. I'm going to keep Howe in because he's only given up 2 hits. He has given up some walks, but can he have a complete game shutout here in game 1? Yes, he can. Let's go. Garth Howe with a 9-inning game and a 4-0 shutout. What a game for Garth Howe. That's exactly what we need from our ace. Round of applause for Garth Howe. 9 innings pitched, 2 hits given up. He only walked 3 guys, and he had 11 strikeouts. That's the Cy Young winner, I know. That's the Cy Young winner, I know. And we win game 1 of the ALCS. And that's a road game, too, so that's really huge. Really huge. Now, the question is Sammy Gomez ready to take game 2? Is he ready to take game 2? As Arizona's up 2-0 now on Colorado. Yeah, I think Arizona's going to win that series easily, based on what I saw with their roster. Because I looked at their roster ahead of time. I will obviously show you guys that if we end up going to face them in the World Series. But there's still a long ways to go. Let's get into game 2. And let's see if Sammy could do good in this game 2 situation, since he's our only left-handed pitcher in our rotation. Let's see what he got. I don't think he's going to pick up a performance exactly like Garth Howe, but I think he could definitely get us potentially a win here, which would be great. And then hopefully we could win on home field as well. Sammy's been really good so far. Really liking Sammy. He might be the second best pitcher on this team. So let's get into this and see what happens in game 2. Bill O'Donnell up to bat against Mackenzie Gore, who has not been too great in the playoffs so far. He's only pitched 5 innings and he's got almost a 5 ERA, so he hasn't been as good as Napoleon Conrad was. But I think their relievers pretty much lost him that game in game 1. So Bill O'Donnell swings. He doubles to start the game. That is massive. That is massive. Good way to start it off. I could always try to go for the steal early, but I think Gore is kind of locked in still. So Ozzie swings. He pops up. Ollie Gelman swings. He brings in a run, and we already have a 1-0 lead. And now Ollie's on second as well because he got a double out of that. Let's go. Getting the offense early is good, but also sometimes when that happens in the simulation, like your team all of a sudden just blows leads. So I hope that's not the case in this game. Pinero swings, he grounds out, and Sixto swings, he strikes out. So only 1 run scored, but we do have the 1-0 lead, which is nice. Brito ground out, Montgomery grounds out, and Termarr Johnson singles. Evan Carter singles. They have 2 guys on base already. That's not great. That's not great. Lawler pops up. Okay. At least Sammy got out of that. Pip up to bat now. He swings. He singles. Okay, so there's a lot of hits early on in this game compared to last game. Because last game we only gave up 2 hits to Chicago. In this game we've already given up 2 hits to them. But we're already getting our bats warmed up pretty early on, which is a nice thing. Steve Schneider swings. He issues a walk. We got 2 guys on base with no outs. Anton Trevino hits into a double play, which is not great, but Pip does get to third, which has him in scoring position. As Steiner's up to bat, he had a good game in game 1. Can he bring in Pip? No, he cannot. Sammy against Colson Montgomery. Triple from Montgomery. That's not great. Obviously, they're going to probably just go for a sack to try and tie this game up. So, let's just go pitch. And we issued a walk instead, so we can still get a double play scenario, but they're probably going to get in a run, I think, in this inning. This is a tough inning here for Sammy. And pop up, okay, that's good. Now if we get a double play scenario with Escobar, we'll get out of this without giving up a run. I don't think Escobar has a lot of good power, does he? He doesn't. Yeah, his power hitting's not super great. So let's go pitch to contact and see if we can hit into a double play. Let's go over here. Pitch to contact. Sack fly. Damn it. Oh well. It's only a tie game. I was hoping to get into that double play scenario. Stolen base from DeLauder. Come on, guys. Get out of this inning. Nice. Okay. We only give up the 1 run, so not too bad. Bill O'Donnell again flies out. Ozzie. Solo home run from Ozzie Cardenas has given us back the lead. Let's go, Ozzie. He had a rough first game, but he answers with a home run in game 2. Ollie Gelman now up. He strikes out. And Pinero strikes out. Benny Montgomery walks. Damn, we've given up a couple walks in this game. This is definitely a tough game for Sammy. So far, it hasn't been terrible, but he's still not having his best game. Like, I think the last game he played, he was much better. Jamar Johnson, fielder's choice. Evan Carter strikes out, and Lawler grounds out. Nice, okay. That's much better. Sixto up the bat. He walks. Jeff Pipp, fielder's choice. Damn it. Steve Schneider swings into a fielder's choice as well. And Trevino, fielder's choice. Damn, 3 straight fielder's choices, huh? And now we're headed into the bottom of the 4th. Strikeout. DeLauder flies out, and Lee strikes out. So there's a good inning. Really good inning from Sammy. Gary Steiner up the bat now. He pops up. Bill O'Donnell swings. He issues a walk. He's going to try and steal second. And he gets caught stealing, damn it. Tried to be a little bit aggressive there. Ozzy, who had the home run at his last at-bat, swings. He flies out. Carlos Escobar now flies out. Brito grounds out. And Montgomery singles. I didn't realize they have 2 guys with the last name Montgomery in their lineup. Benny Montgomery, and I don't remember what the other one's name is, but they must be related. Let's get Jamar Johnson out here. Nice strikeout. Let's go. Ollie up to bat now. He singles. Last time they caught him stealing, or caught people stealing, so. But I'm going to try because Ollie's got crazy speed and stealing. Ollie steals second. Let's go, Ollie. Pinheiro swings. He flies out. Sixto swings. He walks. Okay. 2 men on base with only 1 out for Jeff Pipp. Can Pipp bring in a run here to give us a multi-run lead? Jeff Pipp swings. He hits into a double play. Damn it, Pipp. Okay, let's get out of this inning fast if we can. Double from Carter. That's not great, especially with no outs. Lawler grounds out. Okay, that's better. Colson, Montgomery up now. So it's Colson and Benny. Can we get Colson out here? Yes, we can. And let's get Chase DeLauder out here. Nice. Okay, there we go. Still got the 1-run lead going into the 7th. Steve Schneider up the bat. He swings, and they make a pitching change over to the reliever who basically played like trash the last game we played against them. So that's pretty huge. Steve Schneider swings. He grounds out. Trevino swings. He doubles. Let's go, Trevino. Get into this guy's head early because we know that he's not that good. Gary Steiner swings. He issues a walk. 2 guys on base with only 1 out for Bill O'Donnell. Bill swings. He issues a walk as well. And once again, this Dylan Cease guy is doing absolutely dreadful. We got bases loaded with 1 out, so they're going to try and look for the double play. Can Ozzy Cardenas bring in a run? He gets struck out. That's kind of a surprise. Ollie Gelman now in a big spot. With 2 outs, obviously he wants to hit this into a spot where basically they can't get him out. Can he bring in a run? He does bring in a run to make it a 3-1 lead. Let's go. A 3-1 lead, not a 3-run lead. Pinheiro, can he drive in a run to add to our lead? He cannot. He grounds out. But we do have a 3-1 lead now. Sammy up against Corey Lee. Double for Corey Lee. Not great. Carlos Escobar brings in a run, and now it's a 1-run lead. I think we're going to change out Sammy. He's getting a little bit exhausted here. He's been great, but Escobar is now in scoring position with no outs, so they might get close to tying this game up. So let's bring in Bobby Hyde. He's been one of our best relievers so far. So let's see if he could get this into a better scenario. Fly out, nice. Benny Montgomery grounds out, and Jamar Johnson strikes out. That's exactly what we need from Bobby. That's exactly what we need from him. It is now still a 3-2 lead, but it is a very tight game, this one. They still have Cease in, but they'll probably make a pitching change, my guess, because he's not been that good. Sixto swings, and they do make a pitching change to the other reliever that was in last game. So they are going to like the same guys, it seems like, in their bullpen, which is interesting, considering these guys didn't get really a night off. I mean, they're not really pitching long into games either, but they're not really going through their depth chart a bit. Sixto swings, he grounds out. Pipp swings, he strikes out. And Schneider swings, he pops up. Evan Carter now up against Bobby Hyde. He flies out. Lawler, solo home run to tie the game. God damn it. That's not on Bobby. That's not on Bobby. That's unfortunate. This game is tied. They have more hits than us in this game too. Just get out of this inning here, Bobby. You might end up relief pitching for us for a little bit longer too. Colson Montgomery, solo home run, back-to-back solo home runs for the White Sox, and now we're going to have to score a run in the 9th. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. Bobby's struggling at the worst time possible. He's giving up back-to-back homers. Obviously, we're calling out the skipper to talk to him a little bit, but I'm going to keep Bobby in for now. But, this is not great. Chase to Louder, ground out, and Corey Lee strikeout. So there you go. We're down to our last 3 batters potentially of the game. It's Trevino, Steiner, and O'Donnell. I might honestly swap out Steiner for Groves, as he's 0 for 2 again. Can Trevino get on base here? This is a big opportunity. If he can get on base and try and tie this game up, that'd be nice. Trevino swings. He makes a pitching change, and in comes, I believe, their closer in Clase, or Class A. I don't even know how it's pronounced. Trevino swings. He grounds out. Gary is in, but we're going to do a pinch hit scenario. In comes Josh Groves in a big spot to try and help us get this game tied up. Josh Groves swings. He grounds out. Damn it. We're going to lose just because Bobby Hyde had a little bit of a hiccup in the 8th inning. That's unfortunate. Bill O'Donnell, the last man at bat. He needs to get on base or else we lose this game. He swings and we lose 4-3 in a very close game number 2. Colson Montgomery, the player of the game. Does those back-to-back home runs lose us the game? So Bobby Hyde gets credited with the loss and the reliever gets credited with the win. Damn, that sucks. Now we got to rely on Gary McAllister, who has been giving up a lot of home runs and stuff like that, but he has won games, so this is where it's going to get a little bit scary. Because Gary, I don't fully trust him, and then obviously we'd have to be going to like Sparborean pulls, or we could easily go back to Garth Howe, but he is probably still a little bit gassed because he pitched 9 innings in that first game, so. Is it a left-hander we're going up against in this game? Matt Hogan. I got to make sure my lineup is set. Let's maybe adjust the lineup a little bit as well. Let me just make sure that it's a right-hander, or is it a left-hander? Hogan is a right-hander, so we're going up against right-handed in this one. Let's adjust our lineup against right-handers. Make it a little bit better in terms of the batting averages. Wow, Pinero's been really good all of a sudden, so he's been a hot hand. We want him up there in the lineup. And that is good. And, yeah, perfect. So that's going to be our lineup against the right-handers. Let's get into this. Let's get into this and see if we're able to win this game. Hopefully Gary kind of surprises me in this game. Because so far I haven't been a huge fan of his playoff performances, but he's won games, so we'll see what happens in this next game. And see if we're able to take a 2-1 series lead here. We have 3 straight home games, which hopefully can play a big factor in the series. So yeah, Gary's going to start, and obviously that's our lineup. We're ready to go. First ALCS game in Vancouver. Let's see if we're able to play good on our home field as well. Brito grounds out. Johnson singles. Devers strikes out, and Carter singles as well. Yeah, see, Gary gives up a lot of hits, which is what I don't really like about him. Colson Montgomery singles. They have bases loaded with 2 outs. Yeah, that's not great. Not great for Jordan Lawler. And he grounds out. Okay, that's good. Still a lot of hits given up in the first inning, though. Josh Groves up the bat. Took a few nights off. Let's see what he's able to do. Obviously, he pinch hit last game. He strikes out. Pinero strikes out. And Ozzy grounds out. Not ideal. Come on, Gary. Oh, my goodness. I'm really not a fan of Gary's performance. He gives up a home run to Park, and it's now a 1-0 lead for the White Sox. DeLauder singles as well. Benny Montgomery, stolen base from DeLauder. Benny Montgomery brings in a run. It's now 2-0, and Montgomery got a triple. Yeah, Gary is not a good pitcher. Not a good pitcher at all. I am not sold on his performances in any of these playoff games. We're down 2-0 early on. I hope our offense can wake up here in this game, but we've given up 6 hits in the first 2 innings. So Gary might not go super long into this game. He might go to like inning 4/5. Even though he does, I know, have the stamina, he's still not really that great. Brito, sac fly to bring into a 3-0 game. They're only on their first out of the inning, too. Ground out and walk. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Gary. Come on, man. This is where we're going to start to lose this series, isn't it? Ollie Gentleman up the bat. He swings. He flies out. Bill O'Donnell singles. Okay, Bill. Can Sixto bring you to the second or third? No, he flies out. Jeff Pipp singles. We got 2 men on base with 2 outs for Anton Trevino, who has not been really that good in this playoffs so far. Trevino swings. He hits into a fielder's choice. We did have 2 hits, but we are still down 3-0. Yeah, these Montgomery guys are really tough. One of them seems to be really good at getting home runs. The other one's really speedy, I think. Colson Montgomery walks. Oh my goodness. Gary, stop issuing walks too, man. We don't want people on base. Lawler, fielder's choice. Park, who had the home run last time, lines out. And DeLauder grounds out. Okay, that's better. Steve Schneider trying to get our offense going a little bit. Let's see what he could do. He grounds out. Josh Groves strikes out. And Pinheiro grounds out. Damn, we had a good first game. And now we're, after that close game, now we're starting to struggle. Like, our lack of depth is showing up definitely in terms of pitching. Benny Montgomery grounds out. Brito flies out. And Johnson doubles. Too much extra base hits in this game already. 7-2 in hits. It's the 3-0 game. Let's get Devers out here. Nice. At least it's still close, but we need to get our offense going. Ozzy up the bat. Can he get us on the board? He singles. Okay. Nice. Can Ollie Gentleman get him over? He hits a 2-run home run. It's a 1-run game now. Was not expecting that. Let's go, Ollie. That's a big home run there to get us back into this game. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. Now can we find a way to tie this game up? Bill O'Donnell swings. He strikes out. Sixto swings. He walks. Jeff Pipp swings. He pops up. And Anton Trevino swings. He flies out. At least we're back within 1, though. Still a long game to go. But yeah, Gary might pitch 1 more inning here. I know he doesn't have the... he has the energy to still go longer. But I think I'm going to turn to a reliever earlier on. Evan Carter grounds out. Colson Montgomery grounds out. And Lawler flies out. That's a good inning there from Gary. Steve Schneider swings. He doubles. Let's go. Let's go, Schneider. Can Josh Groves get him over at least to third? I know Schneider could technically steal third, but it's still a big risk doing that. So, Josh Groves swings. He strikes out. George Pinheiro swings. He pops up. God damn it. And Ozzy Cardenas swings. He grounds out. So we strand a base runner. Let's go 1 more inning for Gary. Strikeout. Nice. Single. Benny Montgomery fly out. And Brito grounds out. Okay. Yeah, Gary's starting to play a little bit better here. Ollie Gentleman swings. He singles. Let's go, Ollie. We are going to get you to try and steal second because you got that speed, that stealing. And he successfully does it again. Bill O'Donnell swings. He pops up. Sixto swings. He singles. And Gentleman is in scoring position with 1 out. We could go for the sac fly here. We could go for the sac fly. I think we got to tie this game up. It's very close now, too. So Jeff Pipp with the sac fly, and he successfully does it and brings in the run to tie the game up at 3. Let's go. Trevino swings, and he hits into a fielder's choice. Let's do 1 more inning for Gary. Because he's starting to play a little bit better. If he gives up a hit, I might change him right away, though. Jamar Johnson strikeout. Devers singles. And yeah, now we're going to make a pitching change. We are going to turn over to Jack Birch and see if Jack Birch could get us out of this inning with a tie game. Or out of this top of the inning, I should say, with a tie game. Evan Carter strikeout. Nicely done, Birchie. And Montgomery singles, and now Devers is on third with 2 outs. Yikes. Come on, let's get that out. Let's get that out. Don't let them bring in Devers here, Birchie. Lawler brings in a run, damn it. And Montgomery's now over to third. We're down by 1 again. This is Birch's worst inning probably as a reliever. Come on, Jack. Got to get him out. Got to get him out. And there you go. Caught stealing. Perfect. We're only down by 1. We can still get back into this game. Still a lot to go. Steve Schneider swings. He makes a pitching change. And once again, that same reliever is coming in again. And last few times we've been up against him, he's been absolutely dreadful. So hopefully that's the case here. Steve Schneider swings. He pops up. Josh Groves swings. He walks. Let's go, Josh. Pinheiro swings. He pops up. Come on, guys. It's Dylan Cease. He hasn't been that good so far. Like, that whip is really high. Ozzy Cardenas swings. He strikes out. Damn it. Not ideal. Birch. Pop up. DeLauder singles. Benny Montgomery singles. Oh, no. Birch is having a little bit of a tough time here. Brito. Double play. That's huge. And now we're into the bottom of the 8th. Down by 1 run. We need some offense going. Come on, Ollie. You've been good in this game so far, I think. Yeah, 2 for 3. Ollie swings, and they make a pitching change over to Bautista, who we've never seen before, I'm pretty sure. Ollie swings. He walks. Should we try stealing with a fresh guy in? Probably. Guess he might not expect it. Ollie, yep, he steals second. He's got really good speed in stealing that. He's almost an automatic win no matter what, so... Guy in scoring position with no outs. Can Bill O'Donnell get in Ollie to tie the game up? Yes, he can. Let's go, Bill. That's a huge hit. We have a tie game at 4. Let's see if Sixto can get something going for us. He strikes out. Pip walks. We got 2 guys on base with 1 out. Bill O'Donnell's in scoring position. Can Trevino give us the lead? He forces a pitching change, and in comes the guy that won them the last game in Jimmy Chavez. Can Trevino bring in the leading run, I should say. Come on, Trevino. He flies out. 2 outs, tie game in the bottom of the 8th. Can Steve Schneider give us the lead? He cannot, and we're headed into the 9th with a tie game. But we are into the 9th inning with a tie game at 4. I think we are going to put in a different reliever for this 9th inning. Hasn't Rubel been good so far? I don't really know his playoff numbers. I think he's been good. Yeah, let's go to Doug Rubel for this 9th inning. We could technically keep with Birch, but I want to go with Rubel for this. Let's see if Rubel can give us still a tie game going into the bottom of the 9th, and then hopefully we can find a way to win in the bottom of the 9th. So Rubel pitches and line out. Nicely done. Devers walks. Not ideal. Evan Carter sack bunts. So Rafael Devers is in scoring position, and we know Colson Montgomery is a really good player. So hopefully Rubel can get him out here. Rubel pitches, pop up. Let's go. We're into the bottom of the 9th now. A home run would win the game, but getting a guy on base would be good too. Josh Groves up to bat. He's kind of struggled in this game. Does Josh Groves have something in him, or should I actually make a pinch hit? I'm going to put in Gary Steiner. We're going to put in Gary Steiner and see if Gary Steiner can get going off the bench. Gary Steiner up the bat in the bottom of the 9th. He swings. He singles. Let's go, Gary. That's massive. That is massive. I don't think I want to go for the steal because I feel like he might pick me off. So George Pinheiro, who has had some good games so far in this World Series, I guess, in the ALCS. Can Pinheiro get him over to second? He can. We have 2 guys on base with no outs so far. Steiner's in scoring position. Can Ozzy bring in Steiner for the win? Ozzy swings. He singles. Bases are loaded with no outs. I think, even though this is not a one to clinch the game or the series, I think I'm going to enter the game and watch. Or maybe I shouldn't. No, I'm not going to actually do that yet. If this was a scenario where we could go to the World Series, obviously I'd be watching this. But Ollie Gellman in a big spot. He'd go for the sac fly. Might as well. Ollie Gellman for the sac fly to win the game. He strikes out. No way. I don't want Chavez to get out of this. Come on, boys. Bill O'Donnell, he's also going to go for a sack, I think. Or should I just get him to swing? I'm going to go for a sack fly still again. Bill, sack fly, he does it, and we win the game with a walk-off in the bottom of the 9th. Ollie Gellman, the player of the game, we win 5-4 in a very close game number 3, and we have a 2-1 series lead now. Huge. So Gellman was the player of the game, going 2 for 4, 3 runs, a home run, 2 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, and a base on ball, so a walk. Rubel was the guy that got credited with the win. So yeah, Gary didn't get the win in that, but good stuff from Doug Rubel, and we managed to win 5-4 in a very close game. We could technically be up 3-0 at this stage because last game we only lost by 1. Now that we have home field advantage, hopefully we can win these next 2 games and win the series. But now we get into our part of the rotation. which is not ideal with Sparbory and pulls. I don't think the other guys are energized enough, and I don't know if I want to play Garth out 2 times yet. So, this might be another left-hander we're going up against. Let me just double check. So we know that our lineup is ready to go. So it's Steven Sanchez, I think it said, right? Oh, Samuel Sanchez, okay. He has not pitched a game yet in the playoffs. He's also a right-hander. Okay. Okay. Let's get into this game and see if we could take a 3-1 stranglehold on the White Sox. Let's see if Sparbory could play better than he did last time he played. Obviously, it sucks kind of going to a guy like Sparbory, but we got to do it. Because I know Garth Howe might be a little bit energized by now, but I don't trust him yet. Yeah, he's not fully energized yet, so I think we could use Garth Howe to try and close out this series, but obviously we want him for the World Series if we're able to get to that. So at the same time, I don't really know if I want to go to him yet. So let's go with Sparbory and see if Sparbory can play better. He's not really that great of a pitcher, so I hope that he can kind of go a little bit longer into this game than he did the last time he was pitching, because he only pitched 5 innings last game he played. Brito, strikeout. Johnson, singles. Not ideal. Devers, walks. Oof, come on, Sparbory. He's pretty much like Gary McAllister, but lower overall, I think. Evan Carter, double play. That's a massive double play. I'll take that. I'll take that. Groves up the bat. He doubles to start the game. Let's go, Josh. That's huge. He's in scoring position with no outs. George Pinheiro swings. He grounds out. Ozzy Cardenas swings. He pops up. Oh, my goodness. Come on, guys. He's been in scoring position for the last 2 batters. Ollie Gellman, who had a really good game last game. He swings. He singles, and now Groves is on third. Gellman on second. Can Bill O'Donnell bring in Josh Groves? He cannot. Well, at least we got a couple hits. Good to see our bats are kind of warmed up a little bit. Colson Montgomery up to bat. He strikes out. Lawler strikes out. And Park rounds out. Good inning there from Sparbory. I like it. Sixto up the bat now. Strikeout. Pip strikes out. And Trevino singles. Okay, Trevino. Good to see you getting some hits. I could try and get you to steal second. You know what? It might as well, because we're at the 2 out. So anyways. Trevino steals second. Okay, can Steve Schneider bring him in? No, he cannot. Chase DeLauder up now. Fly out. Escobar doubles. That's not great. Brito. Stolen base from Escobar. Damn, I was not expecting him to steal third. That's not ideal. I could walk Brito so we could set up a double play, but that's risk. Brito pops up. That's huge. Can Sparbory get out of this inning without giving up a run? No, we cannot. Jermar Johnson scores the guy. And unfortunately, we're down 1-0 now. Devers up the bat. He strikes out, though. Still a solid game from Sparbory at this point. We just need to get our offense scoring some runs now. Josh Groves flies out. Pinheiro grounds out. And Ozzy Cardenas pops up. Evan Carter up for them. He singles. Okay, now Sparbory's starting to give up a decent amount of hits. Montgomery, double play. Okay, that's huge. Another double play in this game. That's the second double play they've hit into. And Lawler grounds out. Ollie Gellman, he strikes out. Bill O'Donnell flies out. And Sixto grounds out. Yeah, this is a very close series. Sparbory against David Park grounds out. DeLauder strikes out. And Escobar walks. Interesting, okay. Still down 1-0. Sparbory against Brito. Freeholder's choice. Let's go. Come on, Pip. Let's get the offense going for the team, boys. Hit by pitch. Okay, any way to get on is good. But at least I don't think he got injured with that. Hopefully not. Trevino, who's got 1 hit in the game, strikes out. Steve Schneider brings in a run to tie the game up. Let's go, Steve. Massive hit. And we have a tie game in the 5th inning. Josh Groves to bring in Schneider. He cannot do it. Can Pinheiro bring him in? No, he cannot. And we have a tie game going into the 6th inning. Let's do 1 more inning for Sparbory, because he does still have a decent chunk of energy. Jermar Johnson reaches on an error. Yikes. Rafael Devers singles. Okay, now I'm not liking that I kept Sparbory in here. Carter walks. We have bases loaded for the White Sox. That's not good. That is not good. This is a big spot, so technically I should probably go to a reliever at this stage. I just don't know who I'd go to. Let's go to Bobby Hyde. Let's go to Bobby Hyde. We know that he can throw some strikeouts, and we need some strikeouts, and then hopefully he can get us out of this scenario. Bobby Hyde looking to not allow a run here. And they do score a run regardless, though. It's now 2-1 for the White Sox. That's not on you, Bobby. Next pitch, and grand slam. Oh my goodness, Bobby. Oh no. That's not good. I put him in a bad spot. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. That's mostly Sparbore's fault, though, for loading the bases. Bobby gives up the grand slam. We're now down by 5 runs. Well, that blew up in the game. That's not great. That is not great at all. There we go. We got out in the rest of that inning at least, but damn, down by 5 now. This is going to be a tall task for us to come back in the rest of this game. Ozzie swings. He flies out. Ollie flies out, and O'Donnell reaches on an error. Can O'Donnell steal second? Yes, he does. Can Sixto bring him in? He gets a walk, okay. 2 guys on base with 2 outs for Jeff Pip. Pip swings. He flies out. Damn it. Yeah, we're going to definitely lose the game because of that grand slam. Strikeout. Walk. That's okay. Carter, strikeout, and Montgomery singles. Yeah, a couple of their guys are really good in terms of hitting the ball. Lawler brings in 2 runs. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this has been a really bad 6th and 7th inning. We're going to take out Bobby Hyde because just for his confidence, don't want him being in any longer. We're going to go to Todd Goss because, I mean, Goss was terrible but during the regular season, but he hasn't pitched at all in the playoffs. And a fly out. Antoine Trevino. They make a pitching change over to Shane Bieber. Trevino singles. Okay, Trevino. Steve Schneider swings, singles. We got 2 guys on base with no outs. That's a good start. Josh Grove swings. He flies out. Pinheiro swings. He brings in a run to make it an 8-2 game. And now Schneider's in scoring position. Can Ozzie bring in Schneider? He cannot. Can Ollie Gelman bring in Schneider and also get on base? He cannot. We're still down by a large margin because of that grand slam. Goss, fly out, strikeout, and a walk. Okay. And a strikeout there. Goss is not doing too bad so far. Bill O'Donnell, pitching change over to Cease, who's been terrible for them. Hopefully he gives up a grand slam to us. That'd be fantastic, but who knows. This is definitely our not closest game. Because every other game has been really close in the series. This game so far has not been. Bill O'Donnell strikes out. Sixto grounds out. And Pip flies out. Damn, Cease had a good inning. We're headed into the bottom of the 9th now. We're at the top of the 9th now. Devers doubles. Come on, Goss. And they score in another run. Yeah, we're losing this game for sure. Not good. That grand slam really screwed us over. And then they get a 2-run shot here to make it 11-2. There's no way we win this game. I'm going to just keep Goss in, I think, even though he's not doing too well now. Okay, Goss, you really need to stop giving up hits here. There you go. Okay, bottom of the 9th, we're down by almost 10 runs, down by 9. Let's just see if we could get something going for the next game. Strikeout, a walk there. Josh Groves walks as well. We got 2 guys on base with only 1 out. George Pinheiro swings, strikeout, down to our last out. And Ozzie flies out. And we lose this game, and we have a tie series, which means we will have 1 more game at least in Chicago. It's been a very back and forth series so far. And now we have Darren Poles, who's never pitched a game yet in the playoffs. So the question is, do I go to Garth Howe for this type of game? I don't feel like I should. I don't know when the World Series would start. It would probably start soon, actually, because, yeah, Arizona's already into the World Series. They won in 5 games. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with Darren Poles this game, regardless. Let me just readjust our lineup again. Based on batting average. Like, I know it's a small sample size, but we might as well go with the hot batters. We might actually be up against another left-hander, so I should probably adjust our left-handed group. Yeah, I'm going to adjust our left-handed group as well here. Oh, man. At least it's a tie series, though. We still have a chance to win this, but it's going to be definitely down to the last game. Well, obviously, it always will be, but I mean, it could go to a game 7, I think, easily. I think we've just been struggling against left-handers a little bit. Or maybe it's some of the right-handers that are worse for us. Okay, there we go. That's all set up and ready to go. Yep, we are ready to go for game number 5. We win this game, it's on home field. That would be huge. But we need to also win a game in Chicago, regardless, if we want to win the series. So, here we go. Big game against Napoleon Conrad. They're actually going back to their guy for game 1, so I think I should go back to Garth Howe then. Based on that. Might be a risk going to Garth Howe at this stage, but if they're going to their number 1 guy, we got to do it to try and take this series lead here. So yeah, Garth Howe will pitch this game. Sammy will pitch the next game, and hopefully that's going to get us those wins, because those two guys are our best pitchers, I'd say. Here we go. Garth Howe back in the pitching rotation, because they are going back to their ace as well, so that's why we're doing it. At this stage, I just want to get to the World Series. So, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. At least we're on home field for this game, but we also got to win on the road. Garth is not fully energized, but we are still going to go to him anyways. We got to go to him. I didn't actually take a look at how their pitcher is. Yeah, their pitcher's at full energy, so maybe that's why they're going to him. And we'll still go to Garth anyways. He was elite in his first game, so I hope that he could be that guy again in this game. Brito, fly out. Johnson, strikeout. Devers, walks. So Garth does give up a good amount of walks, but he also doesn't allow people to score usually. Evan Carter grounds out. Okay. Gary Steiner up the bat. He flies out. Ollie Gelman grounds out. And Pinheiro singles. Okay. 2 outs with 1 man on first. Can Bill O'Donnell do something? He can. Okay. 2 guys on base with 2 outs. Ozzy Cardenas, can he bring in a run? He cannot. Oh, we still do get 2 hits early, which is nice. Considering that's against their ace. Montgomery grounds out. Lawler flies out. And Park grounds out. So far, Garth Howe's playing great in this game as well. Sixto swings, he strikes out. Pip swings, he flies out. And Schneider swings, he flies out. Not ideal. DeLauder singles, so there's their first hit of the game. Escobar caught stealing. Okay, we caught him stealing. Escobar flies out, and Brito singles. So Garth has given up as much hits in this game as he did in his last start. His energy is dropping off quite fast, so it is a bit of a risk to put him in the lineup in this game, but I need the win here. So obviously he's going to get a good chunk of rest if we manage to go to a game 7 still, though. Termarr Johnson walks. Yikes, not great. Come on, Garth, you got to get this. And he does manage to get out of it. Let's go. Trevino up the bat now. Strikes out. Steiner pops up. And Ollie doubles. Let's go, Ollie. Loving those extra base hits from Ollie. I could try and steal third since we're at 2 outs already. Might as well. Ollie gets caught stealing third. Damn it. That's the first time he's been caught stealing, I think, in the playoffs. Garth Howe against Evan Carter. Singles. So we're giving up a good chunk of hits here, but Garth is still doing good. Not as good as his last game for sure, though. But that's tough to live up to. Montgomery caught stealing. Montgomery grounds out, and Lawler strikes out. Let's go. Still a scoreless game. Pinheiro strikes out. O'Donnell singles. Let's go, Bill. Ozzy Cardenas singles as well, and O'Donnell is in scoring position. We're going to go for a sac fly with Giancarlo, because I know Giancarlo could hit it pretty far. Giancarlo, sac fly, and he struck out. No. I wanted to do a sac fly just to bring in Bill, but it didn't happen. Can Jeff Pip bring in a run? No, he cannot. Still scoreless so far. Garth up against now David Park. He strikes out. DeLauder flies out, and Escobar strikes out. Steve Schneider up the bat. He has not been great in this series, I think. He swings. He flies out. Trevino walks. Okay, Trevino. Gary Steiner lines out. and Ollie Gelman flies out. Still scoreless going into the 6th inning. This is another pitching duel between the two aces. We're going to keep Garth in probably till like the 7th inning because his energy is starting to get low, and I obviously don't want him to be too low on energy for the World Series if we get there. Burrito grounds out. Johnson singles. Devers double play. Let's go. Nice double play there. George Pinheiro walks. Bill O'Donnell strikes out. Ozzy Cardenas pops up. And Sixto singles. We got 2 guys on base with 2 outs. Another big spot for Jeff Pipp. Can he bring in a run? No, he cannot. Wow, this is another very close game and might end in another shutout. Who knows? Evan Carter up. Strikeout. Colson Montgomery singles. Garth is getting tired, but let's try and get out of this inning. Lawler, double play. Let's go. Let's go, Garth. Steve Schneider again up to bat. He pops up. Trevino doubles. Huge double there from Anton Trevino with 1 out. We could try and steal because Conrad might be a little bit more tired. Trevino stole 3rd. He's in scoring position. We'll go for a sac fly here with Gary Steiner to see if we can get that lead. Gary, sac flies, and that's the first run of the game. We have a 1-0 lead. Let's go. That's a big sac fly there. Ollie Gelman swings. He grounds out. And now we're going to take out Garth. And we have to turn to, I think, Jack Birch or Double Grubel. I'll go to, I could go to one of the setup guys potentially too. Do I want to go to Ken Robert? What's his Ks per 9? 74. Guzman, 74. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go to one of the setup guys. Let's go to Ken Robert. Ken Robert looking to set up a chance for Dennis Lake to come in. Ken Robert, strikeout. DeLauder, doubles. Yikes, that's not great. Escobar, strikes out. Huge there. And Burrito flies out. Let's go. George Pinheiro up. Pitching change over to Bieber again. We're still only up by 1. Pinheiro swings, he grounds out. O'Donnell swings, he pops up. And Ozzy swings, he walks. Sixto singles as well. We got 2 guys on base with 2 outs. Jeff Pipp swings, he strikes out. And we are going to make a change over to the closer, Dennis Lake, even though he had a bad time last time. Can he close out this game? We're only up by 1, so he's got to be good. Termarr Johnson, ground out. Rafael Devers, strike out, and they're down to their last batter, Evan Carter, who flies out, and we win the game 1-0. So 2 shutouts in this round against the White Sox. Once again, Garth Howe, the pitcher of the game, giving up 0 runs like he did in Game 1. So he's basically gone 16 innings without giving up a run, which is absolutely insane. So there you go, Garth Howe, another really, really good game. And we have a 3-2 series lead, and we are 1 win away from going to the next round into the World Series. The question is Sammy Gomez able to do that, or we might have to turn to Gary to do that in Game 7, which Gary I don't really trust. So I hope that Sammy's able to do this. Okay, I had to free up some space on my computer before recording this next portion, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't lose this, because obviously this would not be good. But let's get into game number 6 and see if we could close out the White Sox and head to the World Series, which will be really tough for us because Arizona, like I said, is a very, very scary team. So Sammy Gomez will start this game against Mackenzie Gore. So that means that likely game 1 of the World Series might go to Gary McAllister, because I believe Garth Howe won't be back and ready to go for them, but who knows, maybe he will. Let's see what Sammy could do here and see if he can close it out. Obviously, if we have a chance to win the AL, we'll watch like the last 3 strikeouts or whatever it is. But let's see if we have this chance. Or are we going to a Game 7? I hope we don't go to a Game 7. Because if we go to a Game 7 and Gary has to start, that means likely if Garth doesn't start Game 1 of the World Series, if we get there, it would have to be somebody like Sparboree, and I don't really want that to happen, but that might end up happening. So, can Sammy close out Chicago here? Come on, Sammy. Let's get her done. Let's get her done. I am really surprised that this team's able to get this far in the playoffs, so this has been a really great run. I hope that we could have another good run next year if we aren't able to get out of this round, but yeah, Garth might actually be ready to go for the World Series because he's going to get a few days of rest, so hopefully he's ready to go if we end up getting there. But let's turn to our left-hander in Sammy Gomez to see if he can close out this game. We're now on the road, so we got to win at least one game on the road if we want to win this series. So here we go. Let's get into it and see what happens. We've won one game so far in Chicago, I think. Steiner up the bat. Singles to start the game. That's a great way to start it off. Like to see that we're getting hits early on here. Ollie Gelman swings. He also singles, and Steiner is in scoring position. Okay, our offense is off to a good start again. We could easily go for the sac fly to bring in a run, but might as well just go for the hit first. Mackenzie Gore hasn't been their best pitcher, so hopefully we can take advantage of that. Pinheiro swings. He brings in 2 runs. We're up 2-0 early. We don't want to be kind of getting too excited yet because every time I've had a lot of runs in the first inning, my team has found ways to blow it in like the 4th or 5th inning. So we don't want to get too excited yet until we have like an 8-0 lead or something like that. And it was a double from Pinheiro as well. So Bill O'Donnell, can he bring in Pinheiro? We still have no outs. He gets walked. Damn. Yeah, Gore is doing really rough here for them. Can Ozzy bring in a run? He cannot. He strikes out. He's the first guy to go out in this at bat, so that's kind of surprising. Sixto, fielder's choice, but Pinheiro is now in scoring position with 2 outs. Can Pitt bring him in? He cannot. We're up 2-0 after the first half of the inning. Now we got to have a good pitching stuff from Sammy. Sammy pitches, pop up. Benny singles. Johnson lines out, and Evan Carter flies out. Good stuff, Sammy. Still up 2-0 after 1 now. Steve Schneider swings. He singles as well. I like that our bats are doing good early on, but I really hope that they can be consistent here in this game. Trevino swings. He walks as well. Yeah, Mackenzie Gore is having a tough time here. Last time he pitched against us, I believe he won, though. Or actually, it was one of their relievers, I think, that won it for them. Gary Steiner swings. He also walks, and bases are loaded with no outs. Ollie Gelman in a big spot. We got grand slammed a couple games ago. Can we get a grand slam of our own? He swings. He sac flies. Okay, that's fine with me. Makes it 3-0. That's better than not bringing in any runs, I guess. 3-0 with 1 out. Can Pinheiro bring in Trevino? He cannot. Struck out. O'Donnell, can he bring in any of these guys? He cannot. And it's 3-0 going into the bottom of the second. With the hot hits 5-1. Damn. I like that our offense is doing good here early on, but like I said, I'm a little bit skeptical. Lawler, doubles. Yeah, that's why I'm skeptical. You can see why. Colson Montgomery pops up. That's good. DeLauder grounds out. And Lee, 2-run shot. Yeah, see, that's why I'm skeptical. It's now a 1-run game. For some reason, always in this game, if you score a lot of runs early, it always seems like the other team manages to, like, get back into the game just like that. Because it looked like we were going to get out of this inning potentially with the 2 outs, and all of a sudden now it's a 1-run game. Escobar struck out. Okay, that's good. We still have the lead. Ozzy Cardenas swings. He walks as well. Yeah, Gore is doing rough, which is good for us. Hopefully we can get some more runs scored on him. Sixto struck out. Pip, fielder's choice. And Schneider grounds out. Sammy against Brito. Walk, not good. Benny Montgomery, stolen base for Brito. That's not great. Benny Montgomery, sack bunt, and or have a guy in scoring position with 1 out. They're going to probably try and go for the sack here. But obviously there's not really much we could do in this situation. Sammy issues a walk, so now there's a double play scenario for Evan Carter. Is Evan Carter a good power hitter? I don't remember if he was. I think he is. Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's a really good power hitter against right-handers, though. Not against left-handers. He's got good contact against left-handers, though. So I don't think pitching to contact is a good thing for us to do. Sammy pitches, and 1 run scores. This game is tied just like that. God damn it. That's not great. Maybe I should have tried to pitch into a double play, but it was kind of a risk. Come on, Sam, you got to get out of this, man. Double play, there you go. That's what I wanted earlier, but okay, I'll take it. It's tie game now. That's why I said, though, like, literally, like, if you're up by 3, never count out the other team, especially early on. Trevino up the bat now. He grounds out. Steiner singles. Okay. Might as well try and steal second because Gore is getting tired. And he does steal second. Let's go, Steiner. Ollie Gentleman swings. He sack bunts him over to third. But we are down to 2 outs. Can Pinheiro bring him in and get this ball in play? He cannot. Not ideal. Not ideal. Montgomery singles to Louder. 2-run home run. And we're now down 5-3. Sammy's having a really rough time here. That's not ideal. I might have to take him out in the 5th or the 6th. Damn it. We're now down by 2. I knew my team wasn't going to hold on to this lead. Lee singles as well. Escobar flies out. Brito walks. They have 2 guys on base with 1 out. Benny Montgomery also scores in a run, and Brito's now in scoring position. Yeah, I think this might be the last inning. Almost Sammy goes. Next pitch is a walk. They have bases loaded with 1 out. We're going to make a pitching change here already because Sammy's getting way too tired early on. It sucks that Sammy's not doing as good as I was hoping he would. Doug Rubel with bases loaded. Pitches, and they score 2 more runs. Yeah, we're losing this game at this point. We're not doing good defensively, and our pitching is really letting us down here. Which means we're probably going to Game 7, which we got to trust in Gary. That's not good. Lawler struck out, and Montgomery flies out. 8-3 game now for the White Sox. We started good offensively. Now our offense is kind of drying up a little bit, and our defense is just terrible. Pitching is terrible. Bill O'Donnell singles. Bill O'Donnell trying to steal. Does manage to steal. Nice. Ozzie swings. He flies out. Sixto swings. He hits a 2-run shot to pull us back into this game. Okay. Okay, that's huge. Nice 2-run shot from Sixto. And it's now an 8-5 game. We could still win this game, but it's going to take a lot out of us to do that. Jeff Pipp swings. He strikes out. And Steve Schneider swings. He singles. We'll try and get him to steal second, which he gets caught stealing. Damn it. Let's try to be a little bit aggressive there. Rubel up against Del Louder, struck out. Corey Lee singles. Escobar, fielder's choice, and Burrito strikes out. They still have Gore in, and he's very tired, so they're likely going to change him soon. Trevino swings. They do make the pitching change right away, though, as Jimmy Chavez comes in. He does have 1 win so far, and he has also lost a game in this series. Trevino swings. He walks. Okay, Trevino. I like that. Steiner swings. He singles as well. We got 2 guys on base. The tying run is up the plate, and that's Ollie Gentleman. We have no outs so far. Can Ollie get a big hit here? Yes, he can. It's 8-6 now. Wow, we might be able to come back in this one, too. We might be able to. This is a very crazy game right now. At this point, it's just all offense. Both pitchers have been really not that good for both teams. George Pinheiro, can he drive in a run? He gets bases loaded with no outs. We're in a spot for a grand slam. Does Bill O'Donnell have it in him, or is he going to just do a sack? Bill swings. He brings in 3 runs. We have the lead 9-8. What the hell is happening? Holy crap. That's a very clutch hit from Bill. He's 3 for 3 tonight. The lead has changed multiple times already in this game. We were up 3-0. Then it was 3-2. Then they tied it at 3-3. Then they went up 8-3. And in the last 2 innings, now we're up 9-8. Holy crap. We still have no outs, so we can still bring in Bill to add to our lead. Can Ozzie bring him in? They make a pitching change immediately, so yikes, that reliever might have lost them that game, or this game, in the series. Richie Hobson now, he's never pitched in the playoffs so far. Ozzie swings, he grounds out. Sixto swings, he walks. We got 2 men on base with only 1 out. Can Jeff Pipp bring in O'Donnell? He pops up, goddammit. Steve Schneider swings, he brings a single in. And now bases are loaded again for the 2nd time in the same inning with the 2 outs. Can Anton Trevino add to our lead? We have 14 hits so far to their 10 hits. Trevino swings, he brings in 2 more runs. We're up 11-8. We have a 6-run inning here in the 6th inning. Now we're playing good like they did in the 4th. God damn, this is a very roller coaster game. Lots of ups and downs, loop-de-loops, whatever you want to say. Gary Steiner up to bat. Now he swings, he walks in once again. We got bases loaded for the third time, I think, this inning. Absolutely unreal. Ollie Gentleman, can he bring in more runs? No, he doesn't. He strikes out, unfortunately. But we are up by 3 now. And Doug Rubel pitching against Benny. Now hopefully we don't blow this lead again. Benny grounds out. Termarr Johnson solo home run to make it 11-9. Oh my goodness. This game is literally going to just keep on going back and forth, isn't it? Evan Carter pop up and Lawler walks. Okay, that's fine. Montgomery pops up as well. We're up 11-9 going into the 7th. George Pinheiro swings, he grounds out. Bill O'Donnell swings, he grounds out. And Ozzie also lines out. We're going to still keep with Rubel. Maybe actually not. Maybe a tiny bit longer. I know he doesn't go super long into games. The Louder singles. And yeah, we're going to make a pitching change. Well, we have the chance. And we'll bring in... Since we're in the 7th inning, we'll bring in Jack Birch. Can Jack Birch get us out of this? Caught stealing. Nice. That's good. Corey Lee flies out. Escobar flies out. And we're still up by 2 runs going into the 8th. This is a crazy game. Giancarlo Sixto up the bat to start the 8th inning. What does he have in him? Sixto swings. He grounds out. Pip swings. He also grounds out. And Schneider swings. He walks. I like that. Might as well try and steal second. Schneider steals second. That's great. Trevino, can he bring him in? He had that big hit earlier. Can he bring him in to give us a 3-run lead? He doesn't, but he does get on base. So Schneider's in scoring position on third. Trevino on first. Can Gary Steiner bring in Schneider? Yes, he can. It's a 3-run lead. That's a huge hit there. Huge. Yeah, 2 guys on base now. 2 outs. Ollie Gentleman. They make a pitching change to Dylan Cease, who has not been really that great. He's issued a lot of walks. Ollie Gentleman struck out. Okay, if Birch could get us out of this 8th inning, then the 9th inning, obviously, we could easily go to Dennis Lake to try and close out the game, which hopefully he's able to do that. But we got to get through this inning first. We're only up by 3. It's still a very close game. We have 17 hits in this game, which is crazy. So we should have a lot more runs than 12, maybe. Maybe not, actually. Luis Burrito walks. That's not ideal. Benny Montgomery also walks. Come on, Birchie, get out of this. Don't let them tie this game up. Termarr Johnson, sack bunt. They have 2 guys in scoring position with 1 out. That is not good. That is not good at all. Just got to get Evan Carter out here, and then hopefully we could get the next guy out. Evan Carter swings, sack fly. They do make it a 12-10 game, so it is still a 2-run game only now. Jordan Lawler lines out, and we're headed into the 9th, still with the lead, up by 2. Can we get some more insurance going into the bottom of the 9th? Pinheiro, he makes a pitching change. They bring in their closer, I think, which is kind of a bold take, but I mean, I guess it makes sense if they're able to get that offense going in the bottom of the 9th, but hopefully they don't. Pinheiro swings, he strikes out. Bill O'Donnell swings, he singles. Let's go, Bill. He's been fantastic in this game. He's 4 for 5. Ozzie swings, fielder's choice, and Sixto swings. 1 run scored. That's a massive triple from Giancarlo Sixto. Restores the 3-run lead, and now Sixto's in scoring position. Can Pip bring him in? He cannot. And we're headed into the bottom of the 9th. And we'll bring in our closer, Dennis Lake. And we're going to enter this game and watch the last of it, because we will be headed to the World Series if we're able to close out this inning here, which is absolutely insane. I didn't think this team would be able to beat a team that won 98 games, but here we are. Mind you, Arizona is going to be a very tough task. They're going to be a very, very tough team. Like, I'll show you guys their roster probably at the end of this episode, even though it's a really long episode. Let me just make sure. That's AI versus AI. That's good. Let's see if Dennis can close it out. Okay, our road jerseys for some reason have the numbers on the back, but our home jerseys didn't. So here's Dennis, throws the first pitch, and that is outside for a ball. Kind of weird that we're wearing white jerseys and they're wearing white jerseys as well, but oh well. You guys can tell who's who. Come on, Dennis. We're in number 2. He pitches. That's a little bit risky, but he does get the first strike. It's nice. Let me just make sure my computer's not making so much noise in the background. Next pitch, and that's a dangerous one, and that's a hit. That might be an extra base hit. That's not ideal. As the White Sox get on base with a double, yeah, that's not good. That's not good for Dennis. As Colson Montgomery gets on base, yeah, that guy is really good. Him and the other Montgomery have been probably their best players in this series, my guess. I'm 100% sure with that, but they get a big double there. That's not ideal. We still have a high percentage of winning this game, but they might be able to get a run or two in this inning. DeLauder up, and another ball. Should I have turned to Dennis, or should I have turned to Robert or Guzman instead? Come on, Dennis. You got this, man. I believe in you. Believe in the beard. The beard. Fear the beard, I think. That's a big hit there. And that's going to be a home run. Are you kidding me? Chase DeLauder hits a home run. It's a one-run game now all of a sudden. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dennis, don't blow this, man. We're this close to going to a World Series. Like, if we lose this game, we might lose in 7. So, hopefully that's not a sign for things to come as the White Sox make it a one-run game. And just like that, the White Sox have more percentage of having a chance to win this game. If we go to extras and stuff like that, it's not ideal. Yeah, we still have a way higher percentage to winning this, but we need Dennis to be the closer. Oh my goodness, and he gives up the hit to get them on base. It's a single. That's the tying run right there. Dennis is not doing well. He's just really struggling for some weird reason. Like, he's a 93 overall closer, but for some reason, even though he should be like full energy, he's just not doing well. I am not liking this one bit. Escobar up, he's 0 for 4. He's going to go for the bunt to try and get him in scoring position, but it ends up going foul. He's trying to bunt him over to second. Oh, it was a wild pitch. Yeah, it's a wild pitch. Now the guy's in scoring position. Oh my goodness. I didn't even think of that being a wild pitch. I thought that hit off his back though, but it didn't. A wild pitch. Dennis is really trusting my patience here, isn't he? God damn it. This is not good, because now if they get that guy over to third, they're going to have a guy on third with only 1 out. So we cannot let this guy hit. There's a strike that's kind of borderline, to be honest, but I'll take it. Favorable call for us. If you get that first out, that'd be huge. But obviously we need multiple outs here. We do not want them to bring in that tying run. It's almost 50-50 now to win percentage, so we might end up going to extras, which is kind of scary. Was not expecting that when I jumped into this, because I thought we'd be able to close this out, but here we are. And there's oh my goodness, and there's a strikeout. Nicely done. There's the first strikeout. We need 2 more. That was a high pitch. I'm surprised that guy chased that one. Glad that he wasn't able to get that guy over to third already, because now my guy might oh, they're gonna bring in Ken Robert. Okay, so the skipper decides to bring in the other closer. So Ken Robert coming in, because Dennis Lake has not been doing too well. I'm okay with that call. I actually am. Dennis Lake didn't do his job, so in comes Ken Robert, who's wearing number 3, which is kind of funny that one of our closers wears number 2, the other one wears number 3. Ken Robert, can he get us out of this situation and win this game for us? Oh no! That's another extra base hit. This game is tied. We're going to extra innings, I think. Yep. This game is tied. We're going to extras potentially, unless they're able to score another run. Wow. Our bullpen has really just screwed us over in this game. I wouldn't say that's a bad call by the manager still to put in Ken Robert, but that really sucks that we give up an extra base hit there. This lead in this game has changed so many times. I really didn't expect this when I jumped in. And now there's a higher chance that the White Sox will win this game because they have a guy on base. So we need to get out of this situation. Benny Montgomery's up, and he's been pretty solid so far. They actually have a higher percentage of to win this game now than us. And if we lose this game, I think we're going to lose in 7. There's another high pitch. Come on, guys. Todd Goss is warming up, and that's not somebody I want to have pitching. Oh, no. This is not ideal. And then, yeah, Game 7, if it happens, is going to be kind of tough. There's a strike. A little bit borderline, but I'll take it. Anything that helps us get to extra innings at least. Because now we want it to go to extras. I might have to use the quick manage thing soon too. Apparently he didn't go. So it's 2-1. That's not ideal. We don't want to be walking people at this stage, Ken. Come on, man. Just got to get out of this situation here. Oh, that was scary. That was almost like a walk-off home run. You got a lot of power on that. Not ideal. And he swings at that, and oh my goodness, that was scary. Because I do not want them to get a walk-off here. I might have to go into the quick manage thing soon as well. There's a big punch out there from Ken. And they're down to their, well, not down to their last out, but down to their last out of this inning before we go to extras. We just got to get out of the situation, and then it's going to be, I don't know who's going to win this game in extra innings. I really hope it's us, and hopefully we didn't blow it again. Come on, guys. Get out of the situation. That one's way outside. Come on, let's get Termarr out. He's got a home run in this game, I think. Yeah, he's 1 for 2, it says, with a home run, an RBI, and a run. Come on, Ken. Just get this dude out, and then hopefully our offense could get going in extra innings. Oh, did he go? Yes, he did go. I am surprised he swung at that. That was way out of the zone. Let's go. Come on. Just got to get to extras at this point now. Even though we should have technically won this game by now. There's a second strike, and we might be going to extras if we could get a strikeout here. Come on. Get the punch out. Get the punch out here. Let's see. And he hits that one, and that one just goes foul. That was dangerous. Come on, Ken. I'll go into quick manage for extra innings for a bit. It's close. 2-2. Come on. Don't need to issue any walks at this stage. Ah, did he go? No, he did not. Damn it. He full count for Termarr Johnson. Come on, Ken. Just get him out. Get him out. And it's a hit that's pretty far back. No, please, please, please. No way. They walk it off. 15-13 loss. We're going to a game 7. Wow, we just completely blew that. Ken Robert gets credited with the loss. Absolutely terrible. That was not a game I really wanted to watch now. They walk it off in the ALCS Game 6 to stay alive, and now watch, they're going to win easily in Game 7. Because that's just the way it goes. Wow. 2 home run game for Termarr Johnson. Ken Robert gets credited with the loss, even though I would blame Dennis Lake for giving up some of those things. Oh my goodness. 5 runs allowed in the bottom of the 9th. That was a very back and forth game, and we were that close to going to the World Series. But we are going to a Game 7, which I hope that we're able to somehow find a way to win that. God damn. That's a massive loss there. Let's go back to our lineup and make sure it is ready to go. But, oh my goodness. That close, and now we're going to lose somehow, like, badly in this next game. And then we're going to be like, we're that close to a World Series final, but we didn't get there. That's my guess. I actually am going to put Steiner in, I think, into the lineup over Josh Groves, because he is starting to struggle a little bit, so. Yeah, Gary's been actually really solid recently. Let's adjust this as well. Oh, man, I really hope we can win Game 7. I'm sorry if this episode is super long and a lot of random jumping around with things, but didn't expect this. I did expect us to go to a Game 7 round, but I didn't expect it to be in that type of scenario where we actually watch a game where we could win, and then we end up just blowing it. Because that's a big ouch. So Gary McAllister comes in a big spot. We're up against Matt Hogan, which last time we went up against Matt Hogan, I believe, yeah, we chased him, I think, because he didn't get credited with a win or loss. So here you go. Game 7 in Chicago. Can we go to the World Series? This is where we find out. Or are we going to lose in 7 games? And yeah, Gary's going to be pitching this game. Because obviously I want Garth Howe to be more energized. Yeah. So we got to go to Gary here. Come on, Gary. This is for all the marbles. And hopefully with Steiner in the lineup, that helps out our offense a bit because he's been good. Steiner up the bat, swings. He's hit by pitch to start the game. That's nice. But obviously scoring runs early. We did that last game and we still lost. So Bill O'Donnell swings. He singles. We got 2 men on base with no outs. So good start for the offense again. But are we able to score some runs here? Ollie Gellman swings. Fielder's choice. Steiner is in scoring position. Pinheiro, let's go for the sack to try and bring him in. And he gets hit by pitch, so bases are loaded with only 1 out for Giancarlo Sixto. Can Sixto hit a grand slam? He cannot, but he doesn't bring in a run, actually. Never mind. I guess they got the guy going to home instead. That sucks. 2 outs. Bases loaded for Ozzy. Can Ozzy give us the lead? He cannot. And we do not score a single run on that bases loaded scenario. It's not great. Gary ground out. Walk. Not ideal. Another walk. Come on, Gary. This is a big game. Big game. Double play. Huge. At least he didn't give up a hit, but he gave up a couple walks. Steve Schneider. Singles. Let's go, Steve. Trevino. Singles as well. So our bats are doing pretty good here early on again. We haven't scored yet, but hopefully that's coming soon. Jeff Pipp, who's having an absolutely terrible series so far. Swings. He pops up. Gary Steiner strikes out as well, and Bill O'Donnell strikes out. Not ideal. Montgomery lines out. Lawler walks. So that's the 3rd walk of the game already for Gary. Park, run scored, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Not good. DeLauder pops up, and Escobar strikes out. Ollie Gellman, ground out. Pinheiro strikes out, and Sixto doubles. Okay, Sixto. I see you. Their only hit to not their only hit actually. Nah, their only hit resulted in a run technically. We have 4 hits in this game. We need to start scoring, guys. Ozzy swings. He grounds out. Oh man. Brito singles. Tremar Johnson fielder's choice. Devers flies out and Carter flies out. Steve Schneider flies out. Trevino grounds out and Pipp grounds out. Now our offense is going to be nowhere after we scored so much last game, isn't it? Because we scored 13 runs last game, but we gave up 15. Gary up against Colson Montgomery. Single, not ideal. Lawler, stolen base from Montgomery. Lawler again ground out. David Park scores in another run. He's got 2 RBIs in this game. We're now down 2-0. This is a tough way to go if we end up losing here. DeLauder. Strikeout, and Escobar stolen base from Park, which I don't know how because he has a 6 stolen base thing. Like I didn't expect that guy to try and steal. Escobar fly out. Gary Steiner trying to get the team going a little bit. It reaches on an error. That's good. Bill O'Donnell singles as well. We got 2 guys on base with no outs so far. Can Ollie Gellman bring in somebody? Yes, he can. He brings in 2 runs. This game is tied. Ollie Gellman's been probably the best player in the series right now. Against the White Sox, my guess. Pinheiro up to bat. No outs. Ollie Gellman's in scoring position. He swings. He pops up. Giancarlo Sixto. Let's try and steal 3rd here. Ollie steals 3rd. Giancarlo Sixto looking for the sac fly to give us the lead. And he does it. We have the lead for the first time in this game. Ozzy Cardenas up the bat. He swings and he singles as well. Okay. We're up 3-2. Matt Hogan is getting a little bit tired. Steve Schneider up the bat. He swings. He doubles. We got 2 guys in scoring position with 2 outs. This is a big inning here from our team. Obviously, we need to have a good defensive inning as well, but Trevino swings and he issues a walk. We got bases loaded with 2 outs. Pipp is in a big spot again, but he has not been that good at all in the series. And Hogan looks like he's still pitching. Can Pipp bring in a run? They make a pitching change to Randy Moda. We have not seen Randy Moda at all in the series, I'm pretty sure. But he has been good so far in the playoffs, apparently. Can Jeff Pipp bring in a run? No, he cannot. Goddamn. Hopefully Gary has a good inning here. First pitch, fly out. Next pitch, single. Rafael Devers pops up and Carter strikes out. 3-2 game. Gary Steiner up the bat so far 0 for 2. If he doesn't hit this at bat, I might look to change into Josh Groves next time he's at bat. Steiner grounds out. Not ideal. Bill O'Donnell flies out, and Ollie pops up. Colson Montgomery strikes out. Lawler grounds out. Park, who's got 2 RBIs, grounds out. That's a good inning from Gary. He's actually playing pretty solid in this type of scenario. George Pinheiro. We're only up by 1 so far. Can we add to our lead? Pinheiro strikes out. Sixto walks. Let's go Sixto. Ozzy Cardenas singles as well. We got 2 men on base with only 1 out. I could try and get Sixto to steal third, but I think it's a risk. Schneider, can he bring in Sixto? No, he cannot. Anton Trevino, can he bring him in? No, he cannot. And it's a 3-2 lead going into the bottom of the 7th. Chase DeLauder grounds out. Escobar, solo home run, and this game is tied again. Not ideal. At least it was only a solo home run, but we are tied in the bottom of the 7th now. Brito strikes out, and Tremar Johnson strikes out. Jeff Pipp up the bat. He strikes out. Gary Steiner, I think we are going to make a pinch hit and bring in some pop with Groves. And I think I might take out Pipp for somebody next time. McMahon, probably. Josh Groves up to bat against Moda. Can Groves give us something going? Double. Huge double there from Josh Groves with 1 out. We could try and steal. It's a risk, though, but Bill O'Donnell's been good, so I might just get Bill to hit. Bill swings. He strikes out. Damn it. Ollie Gelman swings. He pops up, and we're going to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 3. I think we're going to keep with Gary for now, but soon we are going to turn to a reliever. Devers. Solo home run from Rafael Devers. Damn it, maybe I should have put in a reliever now. That's back-to-back innings with a solo home run, and now the White Sox are up by 1. And if it stays that way going into the top of the 9th, we will need to get hits, or else we're going to be eliminated in the ALCS. So, let's take out Gary. He's served us decently in this game. Let's go to Bobby Hyde. Fly out, nice. Single, not liking that. Lawler, fielder's choice, and Park singles as well. Got to get this guy out here, Bobby. Nice, okay. We're into potentially the last inning of our season. We rely on Pinheiro, Sixto, and Cardenas. Pinheiro has not been good, so I am going to be pinch hitting him in this game for McMahon since they're both shortstops. So Ray McMahon comes in a big spot. And then we got to rely on 2 legends of this channel so far in Sixto and Cardenas. Come on, Ray. You've only had 1 at-bat in the playoffs so far. You've never hit the ball. Just get on base, and then hopefully Sixto and Cardenas can get something going, because or else our season's done. Ray. Pitching change to their closer. Oh, no. Come on, Ray. Ray swings. He strikes out. That's not ideal. 6-0's 1 for 2 tonight. He's still going to be batting. I could go for a pinch hit with Sixto, but that's a really big risk. Because, I mean, I know Brad Thornton has a lot of power in his game. But also, obviously, Sixto has a lot of power in his game, too. So I don't think it's worth doing that. Giancarlo Sixto in a big spot. If he could at least get him on base or to second, hopefully Ozzy could do something. Sixto swings. He flies out. We're down to our last out of the season, potentially, as Ozzy Cardenas looks to hit. If we do not get a hit here, our season is done, and the White Sox will face the Diamondbacks in the World Series. And obviously, the last game is going to look back at as a very painful moment, because we were very close to winning that game in the series, and now it looks like we're going to lose literally by 1 run in Game 7. Ozzy, please, man. You're a channel legend. He swings. He flies out, and the series is done. We lose in Game 7 to the White Sox. We were very close to getting to the World Series, but unfortunately that walk-off that happened in the game we watched at the end came back to bite us. And David Park is player of the game in Game 7. Well, that was a really fun series. Very close. First game, Garth Howell was phenomenal. We won 4-0. Then we lost 4-3, so we could have easily won that. Very close game. Then we won 5-4, very close game. Then we lost 11-2. That was a very bad game. Then we shut them out 1-0 with Garth Howe again. So another very good game. But then this game, our offense was fantastic, but our defensive play was terrible. And we managed to lose off a walk-off. And then we went to a game 7, and we only lose by 1. So basically, the 3 of our 4 losses were all very close games. So technically, I'd say we had a very, very good playoff run. I didn't expect us to get all the way to the ALCS, but it sucks that we came up just short. Let me take a look at player stats, and then I'll be it for this episode. And then obviously next episode, we'll get into the offseason and stuff like that. And obviously try and keep this team together as much as possible, because we do got some big guys up for renewal. But can't ask much more from Garth Howe in the playoffs. He delivered, and hopefully he's back in the playoffs again next year. Sammy Gomez really struggled in this ALCS, but still solid, I mean, before that. But now obviously. Gary, not very sold on him, and I'm not sold on Sparbori. So I'd say the only one I was sold on was Garth for sure, obviously. So I think obviously with the young pitchers coming up in our system, that will give us a better shot at winning in the playoffs. But obviously we need probably a replacement for like Gary and Sparbori and Pulls. Those type of guys aren't really starting pitcher caliber. Bobby Hyde had some good games in the playoffs, some really bad ones. Birch was fantastic as a reliever. Goss was not good. Rubel was really solid. Pablo Silva really didn't pitch that much, but he was solid. Ken Robert blew us that game. Guzman, solid. Dennis Lake was terrible at closing out games. So there's that. And in our batting-wise, Gary Steiner was pretty solid batting average-wise at 355. O'Donnell was batting at 352. He had Gelman on a 304. Like, I'd say most of our batters did pretty good, but then you get to guys like Steve Schneider. 240 isn't terrible, but it's not really great either. Trevino and Pip really didn't do much, and that was probably the main thing. Trevino did have 4 RBIs, which is good, but the 222 average, not ideal. And then, yeah, Jeff Pip, every time he was at bat, he was just not hitting. And then Carrillo never got the play yet. Thornton didn't get the play. Groves was really good in some clutch games as well. And Ray didn't have a hit in 2 at-bats. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Vancouver Rain Draft to Glory franchise mode. So in next episode, we will obviously find out who ends up winning the World Series and all that. We'll get through the offseason as we try and keep this team as much together as possible, because we do got some big contracts up for renewal, and I'm trying to see if we could hold this team up together as much as possible for next year. But obviously we got it probably like with some guys too, because the big guys that are up for renewal, let me just quickly show you guys this. Todd Goss is a free agent potentially. Steve Schneider, Gary is, Jeff Pip, Ollie Gelman. Who out of these guys deserves a contract for next year? But anyways, let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.